Great Rod isn't. Great Rod isn't. Oh. Get your mats. Get your chairs. Line up if you go for a walk. I'm trying to get so happy to be walking. Happy to be walking. Hey y'all, hey y'all. Come on for the walk. Come on for the walk. Come on for the walk, y'all. Power on. Bluetooth mode. Hey, I could play this in the background. Great Rod isn't, y'all. No Rod this morning. No Rod this morning. I tell ya. I'm trying to. You guys can start without me. You know I'm coming. I want to tell you, the universe answers you when you ask just in your head, like just to yourself. When you ask those questions and like that, they're answered. Like that. And I try not to do it too much because I try not to let that doubt come through because, or that question come through because I always get my answers. So, oh my goodness, what was it? Okay, let's not start off like that. So, maybe for a couple of days now, just in my head, I'm like, okay, you're getting on. And thanks for like, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. You're getting on. You're doing this walk. You're doing the old slow lady walk. And old people don't want to do that because on the inside they think they're young and they think they should be running. And if they can't run, then what's good is all that walking. And I know the benefits for me, but I started out, I've always worked out, as I told y'all. You can go back in my Facebook page, you see. Always worked out. So, I did this for company for me, but to encourage my friends. To encourage my friends to exercise. Just to, it ain't gotta be nothing big. I'm not running a marathon, but I'm moving consistently for 45 minutes. And 15 minutes before I get down here, I'm doing my stretchings, I'm doing my hangings, I'm doing my hand weights, or the jumping on the bike. So, that's the thing with doubt. When doubt comes in, it starts covering stuff. But the universe addresses it exactly, right away. Whoa. So, I'm still feeling good, loving me, what my body's gone through, what it can do, what it does do, loving it. It's directing me to eat. I know what I want to do. I got 10 years to raise him. Oh, I know old people, they don't want to hear that. And young people don't want to hear that either. I was talking to my friend. And in my head, for me, At this age, not all the operations in the world is going to make me younger. And I know I'm old, so it's not being healing the way it should heal. And I just know, because I know this part of life that I'm in, I'm not avoiding it, I'm embracing it and going for quality of life. So, I'm starting now. Raising was good. I knew I would start my raising process by 65. So I'm getting rid of all this. I mean my greens, I mean my beans, I mean my grains, I mean my nuts. I'm going for quality of life. And quality of life does not consist of rich and delicious foods, alcohol and such. At this age, quality of life is diet and exercise. But I'll do it. I'll stay in the gym for 3 hours before I hop up on a gurney. I'm not doing it. After the 3 hours, I'll be a little tired, but I'll be stronger. Because after 45 minutes walking here, I feel the blood rushing to my, y'all know I cut off with my hair. I feel the blood rushing to my brain. Oxygen, opening myself up. When I hang, I take a deep breath. I say, get out. Out. Whatever's in them lungs that's messing with me. Out. As I hang there, and I take deep breaths, and I cough it out. Out, out, out. Yes. But there's times when you come in and you kind of doubt yourself. I always doubt myself. Like I said, it's not good because, anyway, let me tell you what happened. This is why it's not good. So, I'm calling my friend Glenn because I found out M&T Bank was the first bank to give my daughter a chance. She needed a car to drive. And even with co-signers, she couldn't get a car. And M&T gave her that chance and taught her the process of paying car notes and never ruined her credit when she messed up. Never ruined her credit. By the time she finished paying off that car, her credit was better than, she didn't need co-signers after that. She could do it herself because M&T gave her a chance. How awesome is that? And my friend, the co-signer. So, I called my friend to say that that's not the friend who did the co-signer. This is my Mount Vernon friend. And I called to tell him that I had learned that the president of M&T Bank is an African American man. Oh. And I had been hearing, like, my daughter got that chance. She just needed that one chance. That one chance. And no one would give it to her. And M&T took that chance. As you can tell, I bank with M&T. And I was like, so I went to see my lawyer, and I'm talking to her about MT, and she just brings it up, and she shows me the picture of the board and stuff. There's a brother as the president, and I saw those brown folks on that board or what, and I, I was like, oh, I don't want to start crying. I don't know if it's always been like that, but I was like, that's why my daughter got that chance. Yeah, if you don't have these African Americans that believe in this future here, then our children, they ain't never gonna get no chance. Ain't never gonna get no chance. We gotta get on those boards and stuff like that and bet on our children because they paying off, because we as mothers, the majority of us, are raising our kids to succeed in life. Our history is enslavement in this country. We push harder. So I called my friend. I was so happy. I was like, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Oh. So he's had his own battles. And I know he had his own battles. That's why I was so hopeful that I could motivate him to work out more, to be more active, that, you know, and then him and his dear wife would take this trip west with me, you know, and he didn't have good news. He didn't have good news. And as much as I wanted to feel sorry for him, I couldn't help but be happy for me that I wake my ass up 4 o'clock every morning and get on this goddamn treadmill and work out and exercise and diet. I wanted to feel so bad for him and his situation, and I know what his situation is. I've lived around it. I know it very well, even at this time, and even when I was talking to him, I was sitting there, I was like, I know this, but I don't know how I know it, because I don't have that, you know? But I was trying to be sad for him, but I couldn't help but be happy for me to be on this treadmill, walking, listen to my song, happy to be walking. Happy that I am doing diet and exercise. Happy that I'm going to be raising on schedule. I'm going to be raising. That's why I'm going west now, while I got a little thicket in me. But my process is to raise it out, which is eating just what I necessarily need and taking my supplements and drinking my protein and having my one big meal. And then I know that'll be broken down. Just a bunch of little meals. So, I wanted to feel so, and I do. And I'm sorry that he and his wife are going through this. I am really sorry. And I hope I wasn't callous, but he and I are about the same age. So I was looking at the same thing, but differently. I'm not connected to a cult. I understand physics and science and stuff, and human beings. And I value this last leg, as they say, of my life. I'm not going to spend it trying to fight against it. I'm going to embrace it as I have all the stages of my life. In the beginning, I had no choice. And then I manifested and made my life and my future. And for this last leg, I just want to be dry. I want to dry out. I see it all the time. I know y'all don't want to hear that. Young people like, oh, she's talking about that. Old people like, oh, she's talking about that. I'm talking about process. I'm talking about the process of life. I'm not going to get this far and start not liking my life. I like it now. I don't like it then. So, anyone who knows me knows my favorite saying, and I'm probably, don't cry for me, Argentina. Now, I lived my life. It was hard, but I lived it. And at 34, my 34-year-old self put a plan in place for me to have a quality of life. She said, you're going to exercise. I said, I'm in the gym, not like that. She said, well, then you're going to walk. So I played paddleball, and then I walked. And then I worked places where I had to walk miles to get to and from. So it worked out. And when I didn't work places where I had to walk those miles, I went to the track. I played handball. I played paddleball. I swam. But I mostly pumped my weights because that's what I love. So remember how I told you? So, as happy as I was for me, sad as I was for him and his wife, he may have thought I was cold callous, but I was like, are y'all coming west with me? Are y'all coming west with me? That's all I wanted to ask him. Are you coming west with me? I don't care if you're on your last leg. Can that last leg come west with me? Can you, your wife, we can carry you in the leg and you come west with us? I'm not neglecting your feelings to know what you're going through. But I know hope. I know hope. And hope heals. And hope gives you that strength. And hope gives that energy. And hope is like a switch on that vibe thing that they say you need. You have to be on a certain vibe level. Shoot, that hope, man, that hope is like a light switch. Your whole body wake up and say, wait a minute, we got hopes, wait, let's get this together. I hope you understood that. And then on the inside, I said, wow, I'm getting up every morning I can as the cock crows. For me, I'm happy. I've tried for a lifetime to be in sync with nature. Not doing too much in the winter when the ground is hard, because it's like you can't plant. Planting when you need to plant. Growing, I do ideas writing. Try different things in different seasons. Then fall, abundance. And my apples. Abundance. And then winter, cold and flat. That's why I'm in the seasons. I'm in sync with nature. And when I get down on that mat, because remember, at least for 6 months, I'd thrown out my mat. It was so old, I hadn't replaced it. So I wasn't doing my floor things. And then someone said, get that mat, get that yoga mat. And I've been on that floor stretching and grunting, y'all. Grunting. At times saying, oh, the pain is at the cure. And the minute I get up, after stretching out that muscle, it's not only the cure, it's a party, honey. So, I don't mean to be cold and heartless to people's illnesses, but I am, because I don't take that in. I'm talking to you, there's hope. And that hope is a switch that energizes the whole body. I have hope all the time. Is that why I stay energized? I do take naps. So, that's why I don't like to doubt myself. So I'm going to tell you the next one that came through. Because the universe, when it teaches you, it really teaches you. You know? But we got to take our water break. And for me, because I drank a quart of water before I get here, bathroom break. Walking, yes indeed, I'm walking, oh yeah, just for me, I'm walking. Thank you for the company. I'm walking, I'm walking, I'm walking, I'm walking. So happy to be walking, happy to be walking. Thank you for the company. Walking, yes indeed, I'm walking, oh yeah, just for me, I'm walking. Thank you for the company. I'm walking, I'm walking, I'm walking, I'm walking. So happy to be walking, happy to be walking. Thank you for the company. Walking, yes indeed, I'm walking, oh yeah, just for me, I'm walking. Thank you for the company. I'm walking, I'm walking, I'm walking, I'm walking. Let me show you the one before I start drinking. Gotta show your receipt. Ha ha! Thank you for the company. Yes, y'all, let's do the second half of this walk. So, whew. So I said, okay. So I get off the phone with my friend. And now, I'm psyched. I already put my clothes out. I laid my clothes out for this morning walk. That's how strongly I was like, I don't want to walk. Or I'm definitely getting my ass off. Though you see me here every morning, I do. But the universe always, in my case, they break a point home. That's why they'll say in the cults, they use it frivolously, asking the answers, and it's not cut and dry like that. You get your answer until you know, and you let the universe know you understand it. And that's where the problems come in when the cults be playing around. You know, oh, I asked him. I've been asking him for 5 years, and he's still gonna answer. I know he's gonna answer me, but he hasn't answered me yet. If you ask the universe, they have answered and answered and answered and answered you. So okay, so I get off the phone with my friend. I'm just can't help feeling good. I wake up. I put in the time. I put in the time, as they call it, sweat equity, diet equity, love and life equity. So I couldn't be sad when I got off the phone. I could only rejoice in my ability to control me. So I sat down. I don't mind M&T Bank because they're helping the young people out, so I don't mind. Throw them a bone, it don't matter. It don't matter. And we look at the Discovery app. And I've been watching My Big Fat Fabulous Life. My daughter started as soon as Whitney came on, but I started a year after. And after the Trump thing, 45, it was so horrible. I didn't want to pay cable no more. Didn't want to have anything to do with that. I didn't want to see the news, the outlets. No. And I just wasn't ready. I wasn't apping. I wasn't nothing. I had my library, got the YouTubers, and the Netflix. And that was good enough. But I started missing like 90 Day Fiancé and stuff like that. Remember, I married an African and an Ecuadorian, so I know about that stuff. So I'm sitting there, and I go into the app, and I see that Whitney, My Big Fat Fabulous Life, has a new season. And I was like, boy, it's been longer than a minute. Because by the time we got the app for the show, it was already over. And for some reason, I didn't go back and look at it. But when I saw that they had new episodes, I said, oh, let me look at it. My Big Fat Fabulous Life. So I go ahead and I open the first season, and she's crying. Babs, her mother, has had another stroke. I was looking at it when Babs had her first stroke. So I'm like, another stroke? What are they doing? What's going on with Babs? What? So, as you look at it, you find out different things. And found out that Babs is 75 years old. But still, I'm looking at it in my head. I'm saying, she had a stroke. And when you said, she said, oh, since she had her last stroke 5 years ago, I was like, I don't know, it was 5 years ago, but I remember her having that stroke. So, Whitney goes on to say that Babs can hardly talk. She can't move and stuff, and it's worse this time. And of course, one thing about Whitney, she can carry a show. That's why I like her. I like strong women. I don't care what race, creed, or color. I like strong women. It just energizes me. And I watched her all those years because I watched her carry a show. I watch her make drama and experiences that we want to be in to look at with her. Okay? So I always give that sister a props. Always. So I know she's a little dramatic. So I said to myself, wow, Is Babs really that bad, or is this, Whitney for the show? And it was that bad. Now they only showed little glimpses because it wouldn't, like Whitney said, it's her whole personal life that she's sharing with us. And I know that takes a lot. I told folks that I didn't have too many I didn't have too many watchers, but the minute I said I'm no longer in the cult, I lost I lost a few. So I understand how it feels when you put your life out there. You can lose friends and family turn on you and stuff like that. But life goes on. So then they only show Babs like her head and stuff. So and in my head I'm like, she's 75 and she had a second stroke. Oh my goodness. What is she doing? And they kept saying the UTE, which was she had some kind of urinary tract infection. UTI? UTI? Infection? Yeah, I graduated. And I didn't know what that was. And I looked up, I was like, oh. I was in my 20s the last time I had one of those. And I was like, and then Whitney's talking about her insulin and the insulin. And I'm like, wow. Wow. Because the first stroke, is that why Babs had the second stroke? But in my mind is being realistic and saying, no. Babs is eating a lot of stuff she shouldn't be eating. Babs ain't working out and walking since that last stroke. And I said to myself, Vicky, don't start. There you go. Because I do look at it like that. There you go. Anytime an old person have a stroke or mention diabeticals, the first thing you say is, not the last, the first thing I say, diet and exercise. So I'm sitting there beating myself up. You need to stop doing that. Every time an old person have a stroke, don't mean it. And I am beating myself up. And I'm not saying they're wealthy. Now, see, I was mad at them. Okay, I don't know what order to put this in. I'm not saying that they're wealthy. But they can eat good. So, I was a little upset, and that's why I didn't look at it, Whitney, because the last time I did take a gander at it, they were going in a building somewhere, and Dad got up on the sidewalk, son got up on the sidewalk, Whitney got on the sidewalk. No one reached back for Mom to help her step up. And Babs fell. And I was pissed. I didn't look at the rest of the season. I was pissed. Why wouldn't you reach back and give it to her? Why? So busy denying that they're getting old that you're not. They're gonna break before they get old. You're not even protecting them. You're not even securing them. So I was hot. So yeah, I didn't look at Whitney after that. Nobody reached back for Babs. Babs was always a wife. She was the wife and mother. And I saw Whitney crying and carrying on, and that's another thing that pissed me off. I was like, you didn't even reach back and give her your mother a hand, but now that she's dying, you can't. But how about, Mom, this is a steep sidewalk. Mom, just hold on to my arm. Let her say, no, I don't need to hold you onto you. And let her say that. But you say to her, lean on me, Mom, this sidewalk is steep. They all jumped up on the sidewalk. I was waiting for somebody to reach back. And then a bloop, Babs go down. Now Babs has had a second stroke. And she's laying there in the hospital. And everybody's upset. And my mind instantly went back to the fall. I said, what you crying for now? You didn't think about it, even to step up on the bleeding sidewalk. So then I said, calm down, Vicky. Calm down. They ain't showing you the whole life. You don't know everything about them lives, them peoples and stuff. You don't know the everything. So, I hadn't seen Bab's full body. And in my head, I said second stroke. She must have put the weight back on that caused the first stroke. Thinking in my head. I hadn't seen it yet. They only showed her like from the neck up or in her hospital gown, and you only saw her little fingers. You didn't see anything else. So then they tell you what's the next episode coming up. And this time Babs is better. She's laying there. She's talking a little bit. And then they have her trying to walk down the hall. And then I saw her. From what I remember when I first started looking at My Big Fat Fabulous Life, Babs was a little petite-ish. You know, unlike Nanny Faye from the Crisley, who could hold all that weight, because some told me she held all that weight all her life. Not the same for Babs. When I remember looking at the first seasons of Whitley, My Big Fat Fabulous Life, Mom wasn't that big. She looked like she could have, but she looked like she kept a diet going for her. Because she was petite. And I watched her as episode would go, and I was like, Babs is putting on that weight. Why is she putting on that weight? I'm thinking to myself. And bam, next thing I know, she had the stroke. So I'm like, yeah, Babs, see what the problem is. You can't put that weight on. You can't take that shit in. You can't take that. So I was looking at that, and I said, my brain said to me, what the universe said, even if Babs got on the treadmill and walked as slowly as you or all these other seniors, because I do get my blood pumping, and I do sweat, and I do build muscles, and I do build my core, and I do help the structure of my body and my health as a whole. And I do that from this walk. That I think some seniors look at me, look at my videos or get motivated off me, I'm hoping. But this is the little bit you gotta do to stay healthy. And through it, when you exercise it takes you to do a diet of juice and nutrition. It tells you, your body tells you what you need and what it wants to eat and what it will or will not have you put in your mouth. And it takes time. It takes time. So, then after I finished looking at Babs, and of course I got happy about me. Like I told you, I put my clothes out. Again, I think I put socks or something out. I was getting ready. Glenn made me put some clothes out, and after looking at My Big Fat Fabulous Life and Babs stroked out body. So I get on here and walk. Hope I touch someone's life to say, this is how simple it is. But as senior citizens, we got to keep moving. You want to sit there and look at TV all day and not do it? You can. Jump on your treadmill for 45 minutes in the morning and sit your ass around all day. That'll get that stuff going. Watch what you put in your mouth. You're over 65. You're raising, and the body is going to raisin. And you putting all that artificial fat stuff in, it's not going to stop it. It's going to have you in the hospital because the body is going to raisin. The veins are shrinking. The organs. That's the process. That's what this part of life is. That's what this part of life is. So you gotta watch what you put in. Like I said, I'm going for the raisin. I'm going for the raisin. I know I'm gonna be beans and veggie soup. I don't care what you call it. You call it vegan. You don't understand. I don't need those labels. I'm trying to tell you, I know I'm going with my body. And my body's saying, Vicky, you ain't gonna need all that other stuff. And even my raisins that I need for this, raisins, my muscles. I need to protect these bones. Eventually, they will also raise it. And that's when I'll become less active. Eat less, do less. But that's the process of where I am in this life. And I'm going for quality. So with quality, even as I raise it, I can still move. I can still get out of cars. I can still do whatever it is I want to do. But I ain't hopping up on no gurney. I ain't hopping up on no gurney. I ain't doing that. That ain't happening. I'll try to climb rocks if I hold my hand. I'll walk on the sea. I'll climb stairs to the lighthouse. And if I choose not to move, I won't move. I won't see food anymore as a enjoyment or a way of getting rid of sorrow, pain, whatever we use food for. I will get to the point that it'll be strictly for nutrition. Strictly nutrition. That's it. Strictly nutritional. Yeah, y'all. Oh, how's that, right? So, I'm happy to be here walking. No, I'm not questioning it no more. I ain't saying nothing. I'm staying ahead, few steps ahead of the diabeticals, few steps ahead of the stuff for the heart thing, and few steps ahead by exercising. At least it'll help me in my raising process and keep me healthy and strong enough to protect myself at this age. Ooh. Yes. Ooh. I tell you. Ooh. Yes. Yes. Yep. Poor Babs. She's a southern gentle lady. But she got to learn to love herself. I mean, kids don't mean it, because my daughter brings all kind of junk in here for me. Oh, Mommy, I picked this up for you. I know you like this. I just take it and throw it on the corner. I said, oh, thank you. I was like, I wouldn't know that shit in my system. But thank you. She'll bring something else in. Oh, mine, something creamy, or cream, or oily. Oh, Mommy, I know you like it. And I said to myself, yeah, I did, but I'm in the raisin stages. Reese ain't allowed there. But I said, oh, thank you, I'll eat it later. So, you don't have to eat everything because it's given to you. That's what I'm getting at. Let them give you the sweets and stuff. It makes them feel good. But you ain't got to eat it. If they make you a plate with a lot of food on it, make my plates have a teaspoon, teaspoon, teaspoon. Teaspoon, teaspoon, teaspoon. If you finish eating, just because they give it to you don't mean you got to eat it. Tuck in your elbow. Squeeze your gut. Let's knock out this 10. 1. Neither up nor down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And don't forget luck. I am sweating already. Getting out the impurities. That's a lot of stuff. All that junky stuff you're eating. Other than crapping it out, you can sweat it out. Tuck your elbow in, squeeze your gut. Let's do 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And one for good luck. Yeah! Whoo! We did it, y'all! Walking. Thank you for the company. I'm walking. Yeah, I'ma love me till I leave this place. I'ma love me. Nothing gonna stop me from loving me. Happy to be walking. Thank you for the company. Walking. Yes, indeed, I'm walking. Oh yeah, just for me, I'm walking. Thank you for the company. I'm walking, I'm walking, I'm walking, I'm walking. So happy to be walking. Happy to be walking. Thank you for the company. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Walking. Yes. Hey y'all know it's gulp water and chat time. Now, I know a lot of y'all say at this age, you drink all that water and you let it out. I'm retired, so I'm by the bathroom. I don't make morning appointments because that's when I flush out my sister after this walk. But I'm retired. But I know you got to get the water in you. And that's what I thought about Babs also. I said, how much water? Is she drinking alkaline water? What kind of diet? Obviously, if she was having insulin problems and she got the UTI, she got everything else, it's deficiency there somewhere. I'm not a doctor. Yes! I know this. Definitely. In my 20s, I was told water. They said cranberry juice. So apparently, Babs was dehydrated. Y'all stop playing. Get your water down. Even in my Nepal village, the old people there, so I was like, wow, nobody's drinking water in there. I was so wrong, honey. They keep them little bowls and cups around with water. The dogs is outside and they have theirs inside. And you see them pick it up and they're tipping it. They're drinking water. Somebody should send Babs a case of water and put it on rotation. Tell her put some lemon in it. Water goes down, the gas goes up. Not gas prices. I need that gas. The universe is true. Please like, comment, share. Tell a auntie, tell a uncle, tell a cousin, tell a friend. Y'all know I don't be liking to be wasting no drops. We want it all. I forgot y'all was here. Hey, thanks for coming on the walk. Please like, comment, share, tell an uncle, tell an auntie, tell a cousin, tell a friend. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow.